We have been covering breaking news. You were just listening to the verdict for Alex Jones in the Sandy Hook defamation trial. A staggering amount of money was reached here. The conspiracy theorist was ordered to pay $965 million in damages. That's almost $1 billion to the parents who suffered from his false claim that the school shooting was a hoax.
Pretty incredible what we've just witnessed, and we're doing the fast math trying to add this up. The verdict is the second big judgment against the InfoWars host for claiming this massacre was staged, and this came in a lawsuit filed by relatives of 8 victims. An FBI agent who responded to the shooting was also a plaintiff in this case, and you may remember a Texas jury back in August ordered Jones to pay $50 million to the parents of another slain child. So let's discuss what we've all just discovered and bring in Jessica Levinson, a CBS News legal contributor and professor at Loyola Law School, while we connect with our correspondent who is in the courtroom, who can also report more on what the reaction is right now. But Jessica, your reaction here to what is close to $1 billion in damages reached by the jury.
These are astronomical figures. The jury was really, really angry, and we can absolutely understand why. What Alex Jones did here is just horrific. And I was wrong when you asked me a few minutes ago, will we see those hundreds of millions of dollars, more than $500 million? And I thought, no, because of how cases typically go. And I think we now know what took the jury so long. One, there's nothing typical about this, thank goodness. And 2, we know the jury really parsed for every different plaintiff. There were different amounts, and we heard this read out to us. First, damages or slander, then emotional distress. Those were the 2 buckets of damages that we had talked about before. Now, the other thing that we need to watch for here is that these are, as I understand it, under Connecticut law, these are compensatory damages. So the punitive damages for defamation is capped in Connecticut, I believe, to the amount of attorney's fees. And you heard that part of the verdict was that the jury said, yes, that's met here, but that there can also be punitive damages with respect to that Connecticut Unfair Business Practices Act. And there will be another hearing, I understand, in a few weeks where the judge makes that determination. So I think based on Connecticut law, this might not even be the end of it. And let's be clear, Alex Jones is very, very wealthy, but a couple of things. One, this should, and I believe will, bankrupt him. And that's part of the point, I think. And I think it's the end of InfoWars. And this will really be a case study in how do you try to recover damages, that a damage award that is this high. And we will be looking at wage garnishes. We will be looking at liens. We will be looking at all different ways to try and recover every bit of these verdicts.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. How realistic is it when you're looking at these staggering amounts? You go down the list, 60 million and 60 million, 120 just to one parent. How does a jury typically determine the amount each plaintiff receives? Because as we were listening, it really varied. Some had 25 million, another had 32 million.
Even 32.6 and 43.6. It seems very specific.
Yeah, tell us about that.
It's very specific. And clearly they had a rubric that they were working off of. And as is the case with all jury trials, they had guideposts, right? They had some guide and they had expert testimony to try and determine what is the appropriate amount here. Now, to the question about the exact amounts, could a different jury have found lower amounts? Could they simply have made the assessment that actually the harm that occurred as a result of the defamation and slander, or the harm that occurred as a result of what we heard is, again, past and future emotional distress, well, it wouldn't amount to those levels. Absolutely, but that's why we have juries, right? Juries are supposed to be members of the community, our colleagues, our peers, who look at what happened and say, we think that these are appropriate numbers. Now, these are compensatory figures, but they certainly feel punitive. And on a human level, that feels entirely permissible at this point. We heard a couple of 0.6s, and one has to assume that that was also part of their instructions, where they were making determinations basically on a sliding scale and trying to figure out how much of each category to award each individual plaintiff. But as I said, we certainly know why the jury took more than a few hours. And in fact, I think now into the 3rd day, because they really carefully parsed each plaintiff And then for each plaintiff, each of those two categories, defamation and slander, and then past and future emotional distress.
I just want to point one thing out that really strikes me as we see the plaintiff's reaction to being awarded tens of millions of dollars effectively, and they look absolutely drained. They look emotionally exhausted. It really shows what they've testified to, the horror that they have been put through again and again by Alex Jones. It's just quite stark to me that anywhere else in the world, when someone finds out tens of millions of dollars are coming your way, there's a sense of joy, but these folks have lost so much already.